All right, if you're seeing this video right now, I've been trapped in this kitchen for 6 years and I don't know how to get out. Please send help. Whew, that was really weird. What the hell? Anyways, let's make some deviled eggs. That's what we're gonna do today. And there's gonna be a couple things that will be universal across all of these deviled egg recipes. The first being the boiled eggs, and I've got my water boiling already. I've got about 1 knuckles worth of water in this pan. I put it in there before it was hot. Please don't put your finger into boiling hot water. Anyways, you're gonna take your eggs and gently place them into this water. What's gonna happen is that they will steam, and we're gonna steam these eggs for 12 minutes. And while they're steaming, we're gonna go ahead and get a bowl and put some ice into it. And then fill it up with water. And once the eggs are done cooking, we can shock them to stop them from cooking. And to peel them, take an egg, crack it on all sides, even the tops and bottoms. Very gently roll it, and just get under that membrane, and it should very easily peel away. Rinse it off, give it a taste. And then we can move on to the mayo part, or in our case, the not mayo part. You may have seen this recipe, you may not have. If you haven't, it's simple. It is just equal parts cream cheese and sour cream and seasoned with a bit of salt. So I'm doing 1 pound of cream cheese and 1 pound of sour cream. I'm gonna add in about a ½ teaspoon of salt and just about 2 teaspoons of white vinegar just to add some acidity to it. Now, all you have to do is blend it. You should be left with something that is nice, spreadable looking and thinned out enough, but not, watery. So, with all that done, we can finally start with our first recipe. And I hope you're ready for breakfast. And what else screams breakfast other than bacon? Just get 2 slices of bacon cooked however you want to. I'm gonna throw mine in the air fryer at 375 for probably 8 to 10 minutes. And while this is in there, I will start cooking my breakfast sausage, which I'm only gonna need roughly 4 ounces of it. Just put it into a pan that's set over medium-high heat and begin just browning it and chopping it up. We want this to be pretty fine. And once it's cooked all the way through, go ahead and put it into a bowl. And we want this to cool off completely. And while we're letting it cool off, let's grab 3 boiled eggs and go ahead and split those in half and add our yolks straight to the cooled off sausage, as well as 1 big heaping tablespoon and a half of our not mayo, about an 1/8 teaspoon of fine ground black pepper, and finally shred in about a ½ ounce of sharp cheddar cheese. I would suggest using the finer side of your grater if you have that. Otherwise, just do what you can. Finally, get yourself a fork and mash all of this together. Once it is all combined, give it a taste for seasoning, and I think that's pretty good. Usually I would do this part with a piping bag, but since this is such a thick mixture, I'm just going to use 2 spoons. Get you some of your mixture onto a spoon, get you another spoon. Just push it right into the egg hole and repeat until they are all filled. You'll probably be left over with a little bit extra of your filling as well, which is fine. You can use it for something else. And if you remember that bacon from earlier, go ahead and take it, chop it up to fine pieces, and top each one with a little bit of crumble of bacon. And this is what it should be looking like. Now, you may be wondering where you would want to use breakfast deviled eggs. I think this is for the person who wants a brunch deviled egg, or the person who just really likes deviled eggs along with sausage and bacon. So that's it. Let's give these a taste. Basically what I've done here is I've made a breakfast sandwich inside of an egg, and it's delicious. Make these, serve them to people. I bet they're not going to expect that this happened to them, but I think they will appreciate you if you bring these bad boys out. Now, these next deviled eggs are going to be super easy to make, especially if you have eggs ready and your mayo ready. All we need to do is take our eggs, split them in half, get the yolks in the bowl, add in a teaspoon of everything bagel seasoning. This will add some nice crunch. And finish that up with a big tablespoon and maybe a half to that. And finish it up with about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Get you a fork and mash this together. And once it is nice and smooth like that, give it a little taste for seasoning. And that is spot on. Now you can choose to either use 2 spoons to fill these eggs, or you can do like me and get a Ziploc bag and add this to it. You move all this to one corner of the bag, and you should have a little tip that's ready to cut right off. And now gently squeeze and pipe this mixture right in. And once these are filled, you're going to take some smoked salmon. And if yours is looking a little oblong like this, just break off a piece of it. Doesn't have to be huge. Roll it up. Place it on the inside. Just push it through the yolk a little bit. And repeat. And if you'd like some color, you just want that little bit of extra onion flavor, some chives, or a little bit of scallions like this on top would be nice too. And that is it. This is what it should be looking like. Nice contrasting colors, different variations and textures, and it should be pretty damn good. So let's give it a taste. The texture of the salmon comes through nicely. It's got a slight chew to it. Very smoky. It has a good salinity to it. Basically takes place of any seasoning that the egg white doesn't have. The texture from the everything bagel seasoning has a nice crunch and garlicky flavor amongst everything else. And then the scallions come through just right at the end, add a little bit of extra aromatic through it, and it's really good. And, I mean, just make these for any occasion, and I think people will enjoy them. If you want to support the channel, simply go to CarnivoreCompanion.com. Use the code CarnivorousChef to save 15% off your order. I hope you're enjoying the video. I don't want to keep you too long, so keep enjoying the video. Bye! And now let's make the one that I'm most excited about, the pimento cheese deviled egg. So first step is getting this open and draining all this juice, because we don't need all that juice. Oh, yeah. Whew. Alright, now that the hardest part of the recipe is done, let's get out 3 boiled eggs, and just go ahead and get those sliced in half, and get the yolks into a bowl. And we can't forget about the cheese portion. I'll be using some sharp cheddar. Just use the smallest holes you have on your box grater. If all you have is this, go ahead and do this and maybe roughly chop it up with a knife just so it's easier to mix in with the yolks. But what I'm aiming for with the cheese is about an ounce, maybe an ounce and a half. Get that in there. And we're gonna take 2.5 teaspoons of our pimentos, throw that on top, and then 1.5 big tablespoons of our not mayo into that. About 1/4 teaspoon of your favorite hot sauce. Mine happens to be Crystal. That was a lot more than 1/4 teaspoon. Maybe an 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper, and then 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now, get you a fork and go ahead and mash all of this together. If it's looking dry at all, feel free to add more of your not mayo, because this is quite the cheesy adventure we're about to go on with this one. And once it is thoroughly mixed, give it a taste. Just a tiny little shake of some spiced onion powder. Maybe an 1/8 teaspoon. It just needs a little bit. There it is. Perfect. Now, kind of like the first one, get 2 spoons because it is a bit more chunky than it would allow to go through a bag, I think. Just spoon your mixture in there. And to finish it up, either add smoked paprika or you can use the smokestack from my company, Carnivore Companion. We appreciate any support you give to us. And just sprinkle it right over the top. And we're done. These look amazing, but at the same time, they look classic. They look familiar. They look like something that you would want to eat at your Thanksgiving get-together. It just screams, you know, deviled egg. And I'm going to scream as I eat it. Hey, so you made it to the end of the video. Just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you really enjoyed this, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. But that's about it for me. See you all in the next one.